everyone, I'm so happy to have you back on my channel. Today we're going to make some scrunchies and I'm going to show you 3 different ways how to make them. Okay, so for the first scrunchie we're going to need a piece of fabric, and here I'm gonna show you my measurements, but feel free to change them up if you want. You can cut out a bigger or a smaller strip. And here we're going to fold our strip of fabric in 2, and we're going to sew along the way with a needle and matching thread. You can definitely sew it with a sewing machine if you have one, or use a fabric glue. But I decided here to use needle and thread. It's easier for me. And for this scrunchie I used a recycled piece of fabric. I cut out an old dress. You can definitely do the same, like you can cut out an old t-shirt or whatever you have around the house that you don't use anymore. It's a perfect way to recycle old stuff. And here when you reach the end, just make a knot. And now it's time to flip it inside out. And here I'm gonna show you a super easy method to do this. Just take a safety pin and pin it in one of the ends of the tunnel of the strip, and then put it inside and pull it through the tunnel. This is gonna take just a few seconds. I definitely recommend this this method, because it's super easy. Because I definitely didn't use this method before and I struggled a little bit, but this is super easy. I definitely recommend it. When you reach the end of the tunnel and you see it on the other end, the safety pin, you just pull it out and voila, there you go. Just in seconds it's flipped out. Next we have to cut out our piece of elastic, and then we're going to take a safety pin and use it again to pull the elastic through the tunnel, or through the fabric. I really don't know how to call this tunnel of fabric. And then we have to take the safety pin with the elastic and pull it through the fabric. Make sure to hold the other end of the elastic, because by accident you can lose it inside of the fabric because it's shorter. And then when you have the both ends, you just have to make a knot. And we are almost ready. We got to the final step, and now we're just going to take our both ends and make sure to match them. And then we're just going to fold one of the ends, and then we're just going to put the other end inside, so we're going to have a clean edge. And after this, when we arrange everything nicely, we're just going to take our needle and thread, and we're just going to sew it along the way of the both ends. And here I'm going to show you a very discreet and easy way of stitching, so your scrunchie will look better when it will be finished. So just take your needle and just pinch or take a little bit of the both fabric, as you can see what I'm doing here, and just pull through. And you repeat this step until the end. It's super easy and it looks way better than the basic normal stitching. It's more discreet, it's a little bit more hidden. You can still see it, it's still visible, but not that much. And it looks way better when it's finished. And then you should just keep stitching until you reach the other end. And basically that's it. It really took me just 5 minutes to do it, and I really like the result. It's super elastic, it looks super pretty on the hair. And since I started making them, actually I've been wearing them non-stop. Now I'm going to show you another method to make scrunchies. Again, we are going to take a strip of fabric, and this time we are going to need elastic band. And we're going to put the elastic band on the top corner like this, and then we're going to fold the strip of fabric, and we're going to take again our needle and thread, and we're going to sew this time the same way along the strip of fabric, but we're going to sew around the elastic band. And we just need to keep sewing until we reach the other end of the strip, and making sure that we are sewing around the elastic band. This is a different method of making scrunchies. It's also super easy, but here, as you can see, I'm using elastic band in case you don't have the other elastic. And basically most of the time we have elastic bands, and I think this is a good method for the scrunchies in this case. And then when we reach the end, we're just going to make a knot again to secure the end, and we're going to cut the excess thread. And now we have to flip the fabric inside out, and we can do this as you can see by pushing the fabric inside, and slowly it's gonna start to come out from the other end. I was thinking that I could have definitely used the safety pin method. I definitely don't know why I didn't do this, because I think it would have been way easier, but that wasn't hard neither. So when you reach the both ends, then you're gonna tuck the both ends into each other and just fold one of the ends for a better finish. And we're basically here repeating the same step as the first method for the finish. And here again you can see I'm just gonna use this discreet stitching, where I'm just taking a little bit of the both fabrics of the both sides of the fabric, and I'm just pulling through the stitch, and I'm just going to repeat this until I finish until I reach the other end. Again, this scrunchie didn't take me more than 5 minutes to make, and I really like this method because most of the time we have elastic bands laying down around the house, and when we have old fabric or stuff, we can definitely recycle and make lots of scrunchies. And I really like the results of this one as well, and I really like the color as well. And this is the scrunchie that I mostly use the last few days. And finally we got to the last method. Here we're going to need a strip of fabric again, and then we're going to take our glue gun and we're going to apply glue on one of the ends, and then we're just going to glue the both ends together and press it well. After this we're going to need as well elastic band and a glass or a jar, whatever you need or whatever actually you have. And then I'm just putting the fabric on the top of the glass, and I'm going to put as well the elastic on the top of the fabric, and I'm gonna secure it well. And after this, it's the easiest part. We're just going to fold the top part of the strip, and we're just going to apply a little bit of glue on the top. And then we're just going to take the bottom part and we're going to fold it again for a better finish. And then we're just going to glue the both sides together. And as you can see, super easy. It doesn't require stitching. It has a very clear finish. I really like this method. I've been using it for a few years now, and I really like it. That's why I decided to show it today. And as you can see, I'm just repeating the same step until I reach the end of the fabric. And this method, it's one of the easiest I know to make scrunchies. And here I'm just finishing up. And after this, when you reach the end and when you glue everything together, you just take the scrunchie out of the glass and voila! Here it is. I think it looks super pretty, and I really want to tell you thank you so much for sticking until the end of this video. Please let me know in the comments below which method was your favorite, and again, thank you so much for watching and see you in my next video. Bye!